Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This video is all about data types in Python. We will learn more about data types in Python, and how can we work in Python with different built-in data types. So in programming, data types refer to the classification of data items that a programming language can work with, right? So every value or expression in Python has a data type associated with it. So Python has several built-in data types, including numbers, or also we can call it numeric, which includes integers and also floating point numbers and also complex numbers. So about these floating numbers and complex numbers I'll describe a little bit later. For now, we're gonna learn more about numbers, string data type, Boolean data types, sequence, where we have list, tuple, set, and range in Python, and also dictionaries. Also we can call it mapping. In addition of these built-in data types, Python also allows to create user-defined data types using different classes. So for now, Python integer data type. Numeric values in Python can be represented as integer or whole numbers, floating point numbers, or also we can call it decimal numbers, right? So, and complex numbers with both real and imaginary parts. Later I'll describe about it. However, let's begin with integer data type here. For example, I have created two different numbers. num1 is equal to 23, which value is 23. num2 carries 30.50. It is in decimal numbers, two decimal numbers, and I assigned Python to print out this type of data of num2. What kind of data is num2? So if I assign this one, if I run this, you can see here class float. So this num2 is a float number. So how we can find out the number, data type in Python, right? So in the second example here, this is a little bit about different than first example. This one is the num1 value is 5, num2 value is 1. Print num1 is of type num1 and type num2, and num3 is equal to 1 plus 5j. As I already mentioned that this is a kind of complex number. However, we'll learn later in details about it. However, you just focus on these two numbers for now. And I assign also num3 or type of num3. We can just check it out what kind of data type here that we have num1, num2, and num3. Let's run it and see it. Okay, 5 is a type of integer. So num2 is, or 1 is integer type again, and 1 plus 5j is complex data type. So this is how we can know we can know the type of data in Python. So the complex is a little bit different than others, right? So let's go to another data type. It's called list data type. A list is a collection of items that are ordered or unchangeable. Yes, and lists can contain any data type, including other lists. Here I am going to create a list named nationality with four different values inside it. And to access this item from a list, we use the index number to know about the list inside the nationality. the inside the dictionary called nationality, right? So the most important thing we have to understand here is the index number always starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. This is how it goes. So to access the elements at index 0, we have Nepal, string value in index 0. We have what is called Thailand has also a string value in index 0, 1, 2, right? This one index 3. So if we assign Python to print out index 2, the Bangladesh will be printed out. Let's see. Try to run this. See, we first assign Python to print out nationality index 0. Nationality index 0 is Nepal. Also you can see here printed out Nepal. And also we access element at index 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. This one is Bangladesh. So in index 3, run again, it will print out Bangladesh. So from the example here, we can simply understand that the element in the given index 0 and 3 are Nepal and Bangladesh, right? So another data type in Python is tuple data type. So in tuple data type, we have to understand that one of the important thing is that tuple is immutable or cannot be changed, and tuple are often used to represent fixed collections of related data. Tuple is an ordered sequence of items, same as a list, just now we did above. However, it is only different. The difference is that tuples are immutable because once created we cannot modify, but list we can modify. So in Python we can use parentheses to store items in tuples. For example, here I have created a tuple named called Ram and is equal to a string value is age and integer value is 30. So inside parentheses, right? So I just assign Python to print Ram. You can see here age 30. This is inside the tuple. So here we should understand that Ram is a tuple with a string value called age and integer value 30, right? So let's see another example. Computer is a kind of tuple here. Not kind of tuple, name of tuple I have created, and MacBook is a value, string value, and 10,000 is integer value. So I assigned Python to print out computer, tuple. So here computer is a tuple with a string value MacBook and integer value 10,000, right? So it will print out MacBook, 10,000 inside the parenthesis, which is tuple. Okay, so which are inside the tuple, right? Okay, so how to access tuple items now? Similar to list we already done at the above, we use index number to access tuples item in Python. For example, I have created a tuple called computer again, and inside the tuple I have put a string value called MacBook, another string value called SD 500 GB, and another integer value, 10,000. So to access element at index 0, as I already mentioned before that earlier, that the index number always starts from 0, right? So the MacBook is in index 0 here. So what we understand is if we assign Python to print computer index 0, MacBook will be printed. If we assign index 1, SD 500 GB will be assigned. It will be printed out. And if we print computer index 2, that means 10,000 or integer value here, right? So this is how, if we run again, you can see MacBook and index 2, index 1 SD 500 GB and index 2 10,000, right? So this is how we can print out and access tuple items in Python. So let's learn about string data type. It's a little bit simple than tuple. A string is a sequence of character. It is used to represent textual data in Python, and strings are enclosed in either single or double quotes. We can also write down here like in double quote, or also you can use single quote. So I have created a string name here, string called name, and the string value is hi, and message good morning in single commas, right? Single quote. And print name I have just assigned to print out name plus space plus message here. So if I run here, hi comma space is this one, and good morning is a message, right? So this is how string we can print out a string data type, here in Python. So what we understood from this example is we have created a string type variable called name, right? And message with the string values good morning. Okay, so this one is name strings value hi. First string is name here, and second string name is message, and first string's value is hi and second string value is good morning. So this is respectively, right? This is how we printed out the message and name, string name. Okay, so let's start data type. Set data type in Python. A set is an on-order collection of unique items. Sets are often used to remove duplicates from a list or to perform mathematical set operations. Set is an on-order collection of unique items, and set is defined by values separated by commas inside the braces. Okay, so for example, we are just I have created a set named member ID here, member underscore ID, and member underscore ID is a set is equal to curly bracket or braces 100 101 comma space 104 space comma and space 106 and comma space 107 and close the curly bracket or braces. So this is how we can write a set in Python. And let's see the display of member ID. So we can see the display of member underscore ID elements here. Sorry, element type error. Okay, and print, we assign Python to print out member ID. Okay, so also we display the type of member ID. So let's check the elements in member ID and also the data type of member ID. So let's run it, how it goes. Yes, so you can see the member ID elements are 100, 101, 104, 106 and 107, and the data type is set, right? So this is how we can write set data in Python. Okay, so let me jump into the dictionary data type in Python. A dictionary is a collection of key values, key value pairs. Each key is associated with a value, and the key value pairs are unordered. Dictionaries are often used to represent structured data, right? The Python dictionary is an ordered collection of items. Also, we can consider this. And in a stores element, key values pairs. Here are keys are unique identifier that are associated with each value. For example, here I have created a dictionary named Nepali cities. Nepali underscore cities is equal to Kathmandu, Pokhara, Biratnagar, Chittagong, and Janakpur, for example, just for your understanding. Okay, so I have assigned to print out Nepali cities. So we can see here inside a curly bracket, inside the dictionary, we can see that Biratnagar. Inside Nepali cities dictionary, we have Biratnagar, Kathmandu, Pokhara, Janakpur, and Chittagong. So here what should we understand is the name of dictionary Nepali underscore cities is a key, or is a name of dictionary where we have different values, string values, like Kathmandu, Pokhara, Biratnagar, Chittagong, and Janakpur. These are called values, right? So let's see another example. I have also created the dictionary named student marks here. For example, student underscore marks, the name of dictionary is equal to Ram 30, Hari 50, and Joseph 65. And I have printed student marks here, where we have found that Ram 30, Hari 50, and Joseph 65. So here we can call these Ram, Hari, and Joseph, which are string keys. Okay, Python identifies these words as identifier in dictionary. That means string keys, right? And these are the values, integer values here. However, we can also have string values, in which here I have just put student mark as example 30, 50, and 65. So Ram, Hari, and Joseph are different keys inside this student underscore marks dictionary. So in this example, we can see that students marks based on we put string keys Ram, Hari, and Joseph, right? That these are the keys and integer value inside dictionary called student marks. So it's simple, right? So now how can we access dictionary values using keys? I have given example here. I have created dictionary, semi-dictionary as above here, and student marks is equal to Ram, Hari, Joseph, and respectively numbers integers values are 30, 50, and 65. And I just assigned to print out student marks. Print student marks. Until here we can consider as a dictionary called student marks. So from student marks we assign to print out Ram is a key, so it will print out the number here. If we run again, we can see Ram has 30 integer value. Ram is a key and 30 is integer value inside this key called Ram, and this student marks is a name of dictionary. So this is the 30 is a value of key called Ram, and it is equal to 30, right? So that the Python printed integer value 30 here. So Boolean data type. A Boolean data type in Python represents a logical value that can be either true or false. Here is an example. I have given x value to x is equal to 5, y value is equal to 10, z value is equal to, I have just make Boolean here. If z is equal to x is smaller than y. If x is smaller than y, this statement would be true or false. This is how Boolean works. So here I just assigned Python to print out z, whether this value, whether this statement is true or false. If it is true, it will print true. It's false, it will print false. Let's run. Okay, true, right? Because x is smaller than y, because value of y is here 10 and x value is 5. Of course 5 is lesser than 10, or smaller than 10. That's why this statement is true. So what will happen if we put here bigger than y? Of course this will come out false result, right? See, because x is not greater than y, right? This is how we can work, in Boolean data type. We can assign Boolean data type and work in Python. So in this example, first we assign value 5 to variable, x, and we assigned the value 10 to the variable y, and we then use less than operator here to compare the values between x and y. And assign the result true or false here, right? So the variable to the variable z. Finally, we printed the value of z, which is depending on the values assigned to x and y above here. The output of this program became true, right? So complex data type. In Python, complex numbers are built-in data type that represent numbers with both a real and imaginary part. A complex number is written in a form of a plus bj, where a is a real part and b is the imaginary part, right? So what about j? J is a square root of -1 and also denoted as I in mathematics. So to define a complex number in Python, you can use the complex function. Always remember that we can use complex function, okay, which takes two arguments and the real part and imaginary part. Here is an example I have just created. I just created the variable name z is equal to complex and open parenthesis 3, 4, right? And I assigned to print out j, value of j here. So it the outcome of j is 3 plus 4j. Why? Because I assigned Python to print out j, right? Where the statement of where the value of j is equal to complex 3, 4. This is how complex data type actually we can work complex data types in Python. So another example same like this, we can do like, okay, if I put something like 3 and plus 4j, and we can just print out the type of data here, complex. It's given complex. So in this example, we create a complex number with a real part of 3 and imaginary part is 4. So then we print the value of z, where the output became 3 plus 4j. This is how complex data type actually we can work in Python. So range data type in Python. Okay, in Python, range is a built-in data type that represents as immutable sequence of numbers. Range is often used in for loops to specify the number of iterations, and the syntax for creating a range object is as follows. For example, I have just put range parentheses, start, stop, and step, three different words here. Okay, so here we have to understand is the star is a starting value of sequence. In the sequence, we have the starting value called start, and first value stop, and second value is step. So the ending value or the second value, ending value is step. So step is the step value is between the step is the step value between each other in the sequence. Stop, not step. Here maybe I type here stop. Okay, this stop value is in between the start value and ending value, right? So if a start is not specified here, it defaults to 0. If it was, for example, if it was not here, what would happen? This one is in index 0 now, right? So that's why it defaults to 0. But we already have that, we have a start here, so this is in middle, right? So if a step is not specified, stop value, it the step is not specified, it defaults to 1, because if we do like this one is index 0, this one is index 1. That is how we assign value, count index number in data types, in sequence, in range. So for example, range 5 creates here, I have another example here, for loop I iteration in range 5, print I have assigned to print out I iteration 5 times. That means 0 1 2 3 4, 0 1 2 3 4. This is how the index number is starting from 0 here and ending at 4. So this is how we actually can work in range data type. So in this example, we use a for loop to iterate over the sequence created by range 5, and which contains number from 0 to 4, 0 1 2 3 4, and this loops iterates 5 times with the variable I taking